Is the Crash Bandicoot 2020 announcement been delayed? Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here and back with a brand new video. So a big chunk of news has dropped yesterday that I believe directly affects Crash Bandicoot 2020. Here's the thing, I am 99% sure Crash Bandicoot is coming in 2020. Activision has already went on record to say that they are releasing 3 games this year, one being Call of Duty and the other 2 being from their extensive library of active IP. Tony Hawk Remastered was actually already announced, which was one of their titles that they said, and the only other 2 active titles that they have in their library is Crash Bandicoot or Spyro the Dragon. And determined by circumstances and timing, and well, the massive amount of evidence, Crash Bandicoot is most likely the one that's going to be coming in 2020. In fact, I made a 3-part video series explaining my reasoning on when Crash would be released, saying that if Crash is a PS5 title, that it would be announced on June 4th during the PlayStation showing, and if it was a PlayStation 4 title, that it would just be sometime in likely early to mid-June. But my main focus is that we need to be looking at June for the announcement for the next Crash title. A huge linchpin, however, to all of this is the leaks by the industry reporter Jeff Grubb. Over the past few weeks and during the whole Game Fest, Jeff Grubb has been leaking things left and right, from the fact that Tony Hawk would be announced, to Nintendo's not making a June Direct, and among other things. Him, along with other reporters and insiders, had stated that June 4th was going to be the day that PlayStation is going to be revealing a bunch of next-gen titles, both first and second party games, and also likely including third party reveals as well, which would be available to both the Xbox and PlayStation consoles on release. Well, Jeff Grubb, like I said, one of my linchpins to my theory that stated that June 4th was when the PlayStation event was going to happen, is now reporting that he has gotten word that PlayStation is, like everything else they've been doing so far for the next generation, delaying the PlayStation showing of the next generation of games, which means that highly likely the date that we originally predicted has been shifted, but only by a few days. Quote, I wrote the summer game mess and updated the calendar. June 4th PS5 event is moving, probably to mess with me, but it's a matter of days, not weeks. Xboxing Day is still the same week. These things change. With it, he posted an updated calendar with all of his changed leaks and predictions. And if we know the gaming industry at all, he's 100% right. Things change and are volatile, especially now, because here's the thing. Everything has gone completely pre-recorded and digital due to the current pandemic. It's possible everything is already shot for the next PlayStation event. It's not like the Game Awards where there's hard dates and for there to be a set for the staff to set up and for the stage to be ready and pyrotechnics and stuff in front of a live stream and a live audience. This is literally a pre-recorded and edited video. They could delay it or release it as early as they want with literally a few phone calls. So if the PlayStation event has been delayed, then the June 4th date that I had originally predicted would shift too. But do not worry, he said it was a matter of days and not weeks. So overall, it still seems to be happening in June. So does that mean that we just need to wait till PlayStation's event to be announced to see the new Crash Bandicoot for 2020? Well, that's become more complicated. See, it seems as if that titles like Crash Bandicoot might have been the cause of the delay in the first place. Jeff Grubb went on to say, quote, with regards to me characterizing the early June PlayStation 5 thing as a hefty next-gen event and with a lot of games, I still think it should be significant, but it might not quite be as hefty as it was before. Now, beforehand, he was saying that there was going to be a massive showing of games, but now, according to him, it's still significant, but the amount of titles that are going to be announced has significantly dropped. Why is that? Well, an interaction between Benji Sales and Jeff kind of paints the picture to what happened. Quote, interesting. Some developers and publishers deciding to announce on their own terms now, I take it? To which Josh Grubb responded with, that's right. So because this is a PlayStation ran event, that means the first party and second party titles, games that PlayStation owns, will still be shown off at the event. The reason being is that PlayStation literally owns the studios of their first party games, and they own the property and IP of their second party titles. So that means that they will still be there. But the studios that have the option to be in the showing or to pull out, they are considered the third-party developers, which means games from developers that PlayStation has no ownership over and will likely also release on Xbox as well. So if games from the presentation have been pulled out, and second and first party titles likely will not be pulled unless by PlayStation's sheer discretion, that means for some reason a large majority of third-party games have been pulled from PlayStation's exclusive presentation, causing it to be overall delayed. These third-party developers want to announce these games on their own spotlight and don't want to be overshadowed by the other PlayStation titles or third-party titles. Take a look at Paper Mario's Origami King trailer. It came out of nowhere and stole the spotlight for a few days and just shocked the world. And there was absolutely no presentation whatsoever. I'm sure other companies have noticed this and have taken note. So here's the problem with all of this. Our Orange Bandicoot is considered a third-party title, no matter how much he seems associated with PlayStation, as in one of the titles that could easily be pulled from the Sony presentation. Because of this new information from Jeff Grubb, Crash may no longer be tied to the PlayStation event and will just be announced on its own during sometime in June. That is an extreme possibility now. There's a reason why I'm sitting on a hardcore date of a June announcement, which I will explain in a future video. Make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for it. Overall, however, it would seem that our initial sights on Crash being announced on June 4th has overall been delayed. Now, could it be by a day, a week, maybe 2 weeks? Heck, it's even possible it could be a little bit earlier, but I highly doubt it. But here's the thing, only time will tell. But make sure to subscribe, as I will keep you up to date on this Crash release situation.
A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.